it's Elizabeth here with a new video for you, and in today's video I'm super pumped to be doing this because my last video along these lines got like 100,000 views, so that was pretty cool. My last video was like things I wish I knew before moving to Australia, and this video's been so highly requested, and it's like USA versus Australia. So before I start this video, I'm giving a massive disclaimer because I got so much like Australians hating on me for like my observations in the last video. But basically these are just my personal opinions on everything, and if you don't agree with this, then I'm sorry, these are just what I think. And then also these are like Sydney based observations, so do with this information what you will. So one more thing before I get into the video, make sure you go follow my Instagram. All of my other social media links are down below, and don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Yeah, anyway, so let's get right into the video. Okay, so number one, bathrooms. The difference between American bathrooms and Australian bathrooms is American bathrooms, I don't know who thought this was a good idea, but they have gaps like this big in them. So like the sides of the wall, you can like see the whole person like peeing, you know, doing their business. You just have to walk by and pretend you're not looking at them. Also in Australia, they have little like vacant or like engaged little signs on the door, so you can tell if someone's in them. It's like red or green. And then in America, it's just like nothing's there, so you can't tell if it's closed. You usually just don't try to go in. But yeah, so that's a really big difference. So Australia, you're kind of winning on the notification bit of that. A few months ago, my friend came to visit and he was telling me about the boy bathrooms, and he's like, he said he walked into one of the boys' bathrooms, and instead of like individual separated urinals, he said it was like one big like trough. So like just one big bucket that you had to pee in standing next to each other. So I thought that was really interesting and weird, and I've heard that from a lot of people that it's like that, so sorry guys. Number two, tipping. So in Australia, you don't tip at all unless it's for like something fancy like a valet or like someone brought your bags up to your room. And even then, I don't know if you do that. But in America, tipping is like basically required whenever you go out to eat or just like anything, because usually whenever someone signs up for a waiting job, they get like $2 an hour, and then their tips is added to that. So their tips are like their livelihood. So with that being said, people in America who are waiting usually are like a lot nicer because they know their tip is what, like depending on how nice they are to you. So in Australia, I have come across some places where they be rude to you. That is not a sentence. Places where people just are straight up rude because they don't really care because they already get such a high paying job. Which, by the way, let's talk about how in Australia, minimum wage is like $25 an hour. In America, where I live, it's like $7.25 an hour. So along the lines of money, number three is the money is different materials. So here in Australia, the money is like plastic and you can like see through parts of it, whereas in America, oh, and it's also like really, really colorful. Like every dollar or every bill is like different colors, which I think is so cool. And then in America, it's like paper and all the bills are green. Also, tax in Australia is added onto the price. So whenever you go and check out, say your item was like $10, they're not going to charge you that like 15 cents extra for tax because it was already in the $10. Whereas in America, if you go and buy something, then you get extra money added to it because you have to pay for tax, which I think is really, really annoying. When I first moved to America a long time ago from England, I went to go check out and I was like, I swear I had enough money. I was like 9, it was so sad. And I was like counting my money. I was like, I swear I had enough money, I'm so sorry. And like the woman behind me had to pay for me because I didn't have enough money because I didn't know about tax. So Australians, if you're going to America, keep in mind tax. Number four is free refills. So one of the beautiful things about the US of A is that everything, everywhere, is free refills. Unless you're at some like super fancy place and you're getting like really expensive wine or something, I don't know, then It's not free refills, but pretty much everywhere you have unlimited. I never buy drinks when I go out here because I don't want to pay that much money just to have one like sip of a drink. So right now in Australia, we are in the month of September, which means it's spring. And you may be like, Elizabeth, what are you talking about? It's fall. But no. So in Australia, the seasons are reversed. Summer is December to February. Autumn is March to May. Winter is June to August. And spring is September to November. So it's super opposite from America. So in America, autumn is September to November. Winter is December to March. Spring is March to June, and then summer is June to the end of August / September. So I think I got that right. I don't know for sure. But basically it's really confusing because it's total opposites. And right now I go back to America like in December and it's summer here. So I'm like dressed in summer, super tan. I go home and it's like freezing. So I get like culture shock and my skin's like, what's happening? And it's really interesting. So if you saw my last video, one of the main things that I talked about was how everything Australians say is shortened, like every single word. It's so weird. If you want to see a video of how to speak Australian, then click this link up here and it will take you to there, and it will be down in the description box also. But it's really funny because I've learned so many amazing new words. So thanks, Australia. Number 7 is that everybody here drives on the opposite side of the road. So it's really, really interesting. The steering wheel is on the right side and you drive on the left side, whereas America, it's reversed, I think. I don't know, my brain's kind of going crazy right now. I'm like having like a cultural brain fart, I guess. What's really funny about that I found is that when people walk past you in Australia, they actually walk past the way that they drive. You can tell who the Americans are because you like run into them by accident because everyone's going the same way. So last but not least, there are so many beautiful people. Not saying that there's not beautiful people in America, but there's just like a look about Australians where you're like, wow, you're gorgeous. I can tell you work out every day. And I think it's awesome. Like I'll go to Bondi Beach or just like beaches in general and people will be like running at like 5 a.m. and they have like workout equipment everywhere and everyone's super tan and gorgeous. And honestly, I love it so much. There's so many beautiful people. Thank you, Jesus, for sending me here to the gorgeous boys. Anyways, all jokes aside, I love being here in Australia and I'm so lucky to be able to do this. And yeah, I also love being in America. So it's very equal in my mind. And these are just personal perspective things that I have picked up on while I've been here. Yeah, so if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and to click the subscribe button wherever it might be. Also, all my social media links are down below, like I said in the beginning, but if you forgot, you can go click on them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.